Hello and welcome into today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks and I will be joining you today as I have every day for the last month plus and every day moving forward as the lead beat writer for Arizona State Sun Devils on SI. Thank you so much for tuning in today as every day. I appreciate the support so much. I couldn't do it without you. And once again, daily drill, please follow me on X at KX_21 if you have the chance to do so. I will be boots on the ground at football practices for ASU in very short order. We'll be getting videos of practice when I can, press conferences, and everything else in between in that facet. So, looking forward to the football season so much, and that's the segue into today's show. I actually wanted to talk about a CBS Sports piece by analyst David Cobb today. It came out yesterday, and it is tiering national title contenders, I believe, into 5 distinct tiers. That's what it looks like. So it's based off of its continuity. It's a mix of continuity and talent. So, as cited in the piece, 10 of the last 11 champions returned 3 of the 4 of a head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and starting quarterback from the season before. Ohio State broke that last season. New starting quarterback Will Howard and new OC Chip Kelly ended up taking college football by storm. Jeremiah Smith as well, and they won another national title in the 2024 season. So it's the precedence argument is a very, very interesting one to look into, as is continuity. So let's take a look into the tiering. So tier 1, continuity in 3 of the 4 spots of OCDC head coach and quarterback, and elite talent to be considered a serious title contender. So that's Penn State, Texas, Georgia, Oregon. So 4 teams. And then tier 2, continuity in 2 of the 4 critical spots and the elite talent required to be considered a serious title contender. Alabama, Notre Dame, Miami. So that's 7 teams right now. And then tier 3, continuity in 1 of the 4 spots and the elite talent required to win a national title. Ohio State, they only retain head coach Ryan Day, as Chip Kelly went back to the NFL to be an OC ahead of the 2025 season. So Ohio State does have the talent to return to the national title this season, national title game, and win a national title. Julian Sayin is probably an upgrade over Will Howard. We'll see what happens there. And then finally, Arizona State, finally in tier 4. So they have continuity in all 4 spots, as we all know. They're grouped there with SMU as well, which these 2 schools have the continuity, but they're considered significantly less talented than the top 3 tier teams. And then the final tier is Tennessee, Indiana, and Boise State. So they are considered a bit less talented than Arizona State. So those are the college football playoff teams from last season for the most part, outside of Alabama. And let's see what they have to say about Arizona State. Arizona State's continuity extends beyond the staff and deep into a roster that burst onto the scene with a surprise Big 12 title run last season. The Sun Devils lose superstar running back Cam Scadaboo, but still have a solid backfield and dark horse Heisman contender at quarterback in Sam Levitt. The Big 12 is a parity-filled conference and nothing is guaranteed, but a lack of continuity is the least of Arizona State's worries in 2025. So let's break that down. So, as we all know, Kenny Dillingham, Marcus Arroyo, Brian Ward, Sam Levitt are all back in 2025, as are pretty much every position coach that was with the program last season, including wide receivers coach Hines Ward, running backs coach Sean Aguano, tight end coach Jason Boggs, and linebackers coach AJ Cooper. Those are just a few of them. They phenomenal continuity throughout the program. It was alluded to in the paragraph. 17 returning starters between offense and defense, 10 on defense and 7 on offense. That is going to be a special Arizona State starting group. If you ask me, I think that Arizona State's getting slept on in this tiering list. They might not be as purely talented as a team like Ohio State or Alabama or Texas, but we saw from last season the player development, the camaraderie, the chemistry, the drive to win, the connectivity on offense, all that stuff is there for Arizona State. They almost beat Texas in a head-to-head game on the biggest stage of college football. And I believe that that wasn't a blip on the radar. That's something that's absolutely sustainable. I think that a lot of the talent on the roster is being underrated due to a star that was next to their name coming out of high school, like CJ Fight, 3-star recruit coming out of high school, now one of the best DTs in college football in the Big 12, potential great NFL prospect. Keyshawn Elliott, unheralded transfer from New Mexico State, might lead the team in tackles, might be one of the highest tacklers in the country as a whole. Jordan Tyson, no one's sleeping on him now, but last season he was just a former 3-star recruit that played a little bit at Colorado as a freshman and may or may not work out as Arizona State's wide receiver 1 in 2024, and he absolutely did. The backfield, as I said, is solid. Kanye Udo, 1,100 rushing yards at Army last season. Kyson Brown flashed in 3 or 4 Arizona State games last season. Raleek Brown, former 4-star talent that is dynamic both as a pass catcher and a rusher. There is a lot to like about the Arizona State team. There's no way around it. 4 returning starters on the O-line. Shimon Mateer returning at tight end. This team is built to win the Big 12 and built to compete to win a college football playoff game, even if they do not receive a bye like they did last season. And Kenny Dillingham is absolutely building something special that can't be hammered down enough. Arizona State in Tier 4 just feels disrespectful. Just being honest from an outside perspective, just completely impartial perspective, doesn't feel like Miami is that much ahead of Arizona State. With all due respect to Miami, they should be a very good team as well. But I just wish that these young men on Arizona State's team got the recognition that they deserve for being as productive as they are. That is all. Um, all right, so that's about it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in for the last 8 minutes. It's been a blast once again today. Your support means the world to me, and I couldn't do it without you. Once again, please follow me on X/Twitter at KX_21 if you get the chance to do so. And that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.